Let's read a story called Picture Day Perfection, written by Deborah Deason, pictures by Dan Sintat. Let's turn the page. Here are all of these school pictures. Look at all the funny faces he is making. Let's turn the page. Picture Day Perfection. I'd planned for months. This was going to be the year of the perfect school picture. But some days, not everything goes according to plan. Let's turn the page. The day started with the worst case of bedhead ever. Exhibit A, front view. Exhibit B, side view. Exhibit C, back view. Exhibit D, the look on my brother's face when he saw my hair. Let's turn the page. Then it took me quite some time to unearth my favorite shirt. I finally found it at the very bottom of the hamper. You might call it stained, you might call it wrinkled, you might even call it smelly. You wouldn't be wrong. Let's turn the page. Breakfast was picture pancakes, a family tradition. This year's festivities involved a small syrup disaster. Can you see the syrup? It spilled everywhere and it's dripping down off the table. Let's turn the page. More accurately described as a large syrup disaster, and it occurred exactly as the bus pulled up. I had a feeling we'd be getting a new family tradition. Look, syrup all over his face. Let's turn the page. On the bus, I got into a small bit of trouble. Make that a large bit of trouble. The bus driver made me sit in the seat around him for the rest of the ride. Let's turn the page. By the time I got into school, my picture day face was fixed in a scowl. Look at his face. Does he look very happy? He looks a little bit mad. Let's turn the page. In class, Mrs. Smith collected our photo order forms. Do you think my mom checked emerald green for my photo background, or peacock blue, or pizzazzy purple? No. Once again, of all the backgrounds in the world, Mom checked snoring, boring, traditional gray. No one gets traditional gray. At the bottom, it says background color. Choose one. You see all the choices? There's green, blue, purple, and gray. Underneath gray, there's a check mark. Let's turn the page. Except for me. And it just so happens to be the only color in the world that makes my favorite shirt disappear. All but the stains and the wrinkles. You see his shirt is gray, and since the background is gray, it just looks the same. Let's turn the page. After that, the teacher had us all stand up and practice our picture day smiles. Personally, I thought we needed a little something to get us in the picture day mood. Let's turn the page. Whoops, I got myself in trouble again. Look at his face. Is he smiling or is he making a silly face? Let's turn the page. Luckily, I got to rejoin the class and for art. Art involved quite a lot of paint, or at least it did for me. He's getting a little bit messy. Let's turn the page. Finally, it was time to line up for our photos. Ned, just in front of me, got the last complimentary plastic comb. I watched as classmate after classmate smiled for the camera. I got queasy listening to everyone say cheese. Okay, Let's turn the page. I can't stand cheese. The mere thought of it turns me green, deeply green. And just as my face reached its most awful pea green shade, it was my turn. Look at all of his friends. They're smiling so nicely. Let's turn the page. I stepped forward. I sat down on the stool. It was hot as a rock and cold as an iceberg. Just a sec, said the photographer as he fiddled with the camera knobs. Look at his face. Is he making a nice smile? Or is he still making his silly face? Let's turn the page. As I sat and waited, everything that had happened rushed through my mind. The monstrous messes, the muddles and the mix-ups, the whole day, from the moment I'd rolled out of bed, had gone. Let's turn the page. Perfectly, exactly how he wanted it. Even better than planned. This year, I was finally going to have the perfect school picture. Look at his face. Let's turn the page. And that's when I heard click in a flash. All my hard work, my perfectly tangled hair, my perfectly rumpled shirt, my perfectly sticky face, my perfectly composed scowl, that perfect boring background, those perfect paint splatters, that perfect sickly pallor. Let's turn the page. Wasted, useless, ruined in a moment of weakness by an unexpected smile. Mom says it's my best picture ever. He wasn't trying to smile, but look at his picture. It came out with a smile, and his mom loves it. Let's turn the page. But just wait till she sees next year's. He's planning for next year's picture day. I think he's planning to not smile. The end.